Bitcoin must prove right now that we are still in a bull run and that we have the potential to create new all-time highs in the next coming 3 months, guys. Otherwise, we could be screwed, and that could be the beginning of a major bear market. So we're gonna have a look into that, guys. Welcome everyone on board. Make sure to be subscribed on this channel. I keep you updated every day, whatever is going on here in the crypto space. And of course, today we're gonna cover Bitcoin and maybe some new cryptos that are also launching during the next coming weeks and months. We're gonna have a look into that because currently, guys, unfortunately, if the bull run is over and if we're right at the beginning of a massive bear market, then of course I prefer to buy into new cryptos and not the ones that already had their big hype or already have proven basically that they are not able to create new all-time highs in this cycle. So we're gonna have a look into that, guys, and why I believe that potentially the bottom is in right now. We have seen some nice wicks here to the downside that got immediately bought back up here, and Bitcoin is again trading now above $106,000. We're gonna have a look into that. So make sure to be subscribed on this channel, and keep in mind, guys, that everything in this video and in all videos in my channel, I just share you my own opinions, my own price analysis, and my own market observation here in the crypto space. You know that trading here in the crypto space is extremely high risk, of course, especially when you're trading with leverage that I'm also doing here. Of course, you can lose everything, but also the upside potential is huge. Always do your own research, of course, as well. I'm not a financial advisor. This is no financial advice, guys. And now we're gonna dive here straight into the content, straight into the Bitcoin time frame here, the 4-hour time frame. We're gonna have a look now, because in the 4-hour, guys, in the indicators, we are showing some signs of a potential bottom. So first of all, we got some buy signals confirmed and flashed already. The good thing is that if you're opening up right now some trades, some longs, or if you're buying spot right now more altcoins and of course Bitcoin as well, then we have very good chances here to make some nice gains, even though we could eventually see somewhere a bull trap or a lower high in the higher time frames. But we still could take this trade, of course, before we eventually head lower, or if we, of course, resume the bull run and go towards new all-time highs. Bitcoin needs to prove right now that we are still in a bull run. That means if in the next coming 2-3 months we don't see bullish price action, that means new all-time highs as soon as possible, like gold, for example, then I'm afraid that for now we have seen the cycle top of this bull run, guys, and we're gonna face a bear market in the next coming months, probably during the whole 2026. And until then, so until the year begins, basically, so in the next 2-3 months, we most likely just gonna bleed down or just see failed rallies. And therefore, of course, I'm watching out now also into the daily time frame, because even though everyone is screaming now for a bear market confirmed, since we now had daily closes below the 200 daily moving average, I don't agree with that, guys, because first of all, on the daily time frame, we are massively cooling off now. We are still above the bottom line of the candle channels, and also if we go over into the CME chart, you can see that to the T we touched here the 200 daily moving average. So here we just came down to touched it, and on Friday we even have seen a nice wick to the upside. That is of course confirming that a lot of people are buying in. And also if we look back in time, Bitcoin sometimes of course came slightly below of it here on the CME as well, but those were actually very good buy opportunities. And also looking at the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, you can see that we are still above the 50 weekly moving average at $102,000. So every time that we came down to the 50 weekly moving average, we have seen the perfect buy opportunity, because afterwards we always have had a massive big pump into new all-time highs afterwards here, and of course also here. So it is possible, of course, that we're gonna see again history repeating, that we're gonna bounce heavily from it, and the bull run will continue, because so far we are still perfectly in our bull run. So far nothing has changed. Bitcoin just had a crash, yes, but we are still in our uptrend and still in our bull run, as long as we are above the 200 daily moving average on the CME and weekly closes above the 50 weekly moving average. We are in theory still in an uptrend. But here comes the problem, guys. The difference between the previous times and this time is that time-wise we should be seeing basically now new all-time highs and be trading up here in the red zone, because we have currently the problem of time-wise we have a problem, not because of the trend, not because of important support levels, just because of the trend, because not just because of the timing. So timing is the problem, because normally we have always seen, based on the 4-year cycle for Bitcoin, the top coming out somewhere here at the end of October. This indicator here, the rainbow chart indicator, is also giving us basically when we have the halvings, when we have the potential cycle top coming in. And not always, of course, to the T we touched it exactly then. It was always more or less before or after. But what they have all in common is that we always have been in the red zone up here. So every cycle top was always in the red zone so far, and never down here even below the purple line. I can understand if it would be like inside the orange area and not really coming up into the red zone. I can understand that, but in theory we are down here in the accumulation zone, in this blue zone, because if we zoom in, you can see that based on the rainbow indicator, this would be the bottom for Bitcoin right now at 81k, and here the dark blue one is at currently 106k. So based on this indicator, we are by far not at the cycle top up here. It's just a problem of time. Just time-wise, we have a problem. And that's why I think that in theory, we could be kind of in a super cycle where Bitcoin is just going slowly higher and higher, like without a blow off top or without a major bear market or crash, something like that. Kind of a super cycle. That means that we're just gonna see not the 4-year cycle playing out, but a nice and steady incline of price without a bigger pullback or anything like not a big bear market, because pullback we had, of course, now already. So those are the two scenarios. One is that we are, yes, in a bull cycle, in a super cycle, where we're gonna slowly go higher and higher with higher lows and higher highs, like we have seen so far in this bull run, until we're gonna reach 180, 200k, and so on. Or the other scenario would be that we have seen already now, based on the 4-year cycle, the cycle top for Bitcoin, and that we're gonna enter now into a prolonged bear market until we start a completely new bull run, maybe in 2027 or 2028, who knows that. Those are the two scenarios, and that would mean, yes, in this cycle, for the first time, we didn't reach this red zone up here. Maybe this indicator is also completely wrong. We don't know that yet, but this, of course, would change completely everything here for Bitcoin. And that means that, yes, we're going to have diminishing returns, but everyone that bought Bitcoin basically at 15k at the bear market bottom, or even at 20k or 30k, they still have like a 4x or a 5x. And that's, of course, still enough for a big asset like Bitcoin with this big market cap. That's why, in my opinion, the bull run has the chance to prove that it's still here. Bitcoin has the chance to prove that the bull run is still here. We can still go to new all-time highs. We still can continue the bull run. But of course, if we see certain things, daily closes below the 200 daily moving average on the CMEs, or 50 weekly weekly closes below the 50 weekly moving average, so below 100k basically, things like that, then I think that most likely the bull run is over, and all kind of rallies will end up in lower highs. And especially here for Bitcoin, for the next coming bounce that in my opinion is about to come in the next coming days and weeks, most likely, then of course Bitcoin needs to prove that we are back in a bull run and not getting a bull trap, like a lower high in comparison to the all-time high of 126k. And therefore, of course, if we see a bounce, and if the low is in for now, we need to bounce above $117,000. This is the bearish retracement level. So we need to go above $117,000 with at least daily and weekly closes. Then I think we have at least a chance to resume the bull run. But of course, we still would have then major resistance here at 120k, at the all-time high here at 124k, 127k, and so on. So that wouldn't mean we are completely out of the woods, but at least we need to see a bounce as soon as possible that takes us at least above $117,000. This is at the moment my TA and my observations and opinions, guys. And of course, here the top side of the Kelton channels, major resistance 122k if we rally, and of course this downwards trending trend line here, which is of course also a major resistance. The median line of the Kelton channels right now perfectly matching right at 114k, also will give us a lot of resistance. So you can see that Bitcoin right now has the chance, in my opinion, with the next bounce that in my opinion will be upcoming very, very soon. The indicators are screaming that a big bounce will be incoming. Also with the last buy signal, you can see we rallied basically from 110k all the way up to the all-time high of 127k. So we need to see bullish price action as soon as possible. That will take up, of course, also most indicators like most altcoins like Ethereum, Tron, Solana, all of them, because all of them are in huge danger. But also they, like Solana, Tron, or also Ethereum, you can see they are all way above the 200 daily moving average, and that is of course in favor for the bulls. But everything will be depending what Bitcoin is doing in the next coming days and weeks and months. Because if we don't see new all-time highs and bullish price action like gold right now in the next 2-3 months, then I think the bull run is over for now, and the cycle top was at 127k. But as I told you guys, hope is still there. And that's why right now I'm waiting a bit on the sideline. I'm gonna wait what Bitcoin is doing, and meanwhile, of course, buying into new hyped upcoming cryptos like Bitcoin Hyper, very hyped right now. 24 millions raised, guys. Insane gains here that they're doing. I mean, those are not realized gains, but you see the interest here is very big, because right before the launch, this one is supposed to be launching very, very soon. You can see that here also many people are investing into this new crypto, and of course Bitcoin Hyper is currently seen as one of the best upcoming cryptos in early access, especially during this huge crash that we have seen. So a lot of people, especially with Ethereum, with a bunch of Ethereum, are jumping into new coins that are upcoming, like Bitcoin Hyper, this new layer 2 with Solana on top of Bitcoin, which is extremely hyped right now. And you know how it is, those new cryptos, they are usually doing their own thing at launch. So even if we would enter into a bear market, I still would prefer right now to buy into such low market cap coins than buying into coins even better than Ethereum, in my opinion, because also Ethereum so far has just proved that during this bull run, it's almost not possible to create new all-time highs and go to much higher levels. So even though we had a couple of attempts here to push towards new all-time highs, Ethereum was still not able to do that. And if we enter into a bear market right now, then for Ethereum, that's it. I think that also in future cycles, Ethereum will most likely not reach again those all-time highs that we have seen so far. So basically, since Ethereum switched from proof of work to proof of stake, we have seen only bad things for Ethereum, and the performance for now is extremely bad. So if we really enter into a bear market right now, I think Ethereum is screwed, and we really should look at completely new altcoins in future bull runs to buy in, like we have seen in this bull run, Sui or Hyperliquid or also others. So new coins for new bull runs, and not the old ones that are not even able to create new all-time highs during this cycle where everything is basically very much in favor for the crypto space. So I'm gonna wrap it up for now, guys. I'm gonna keep you updated, of course, into some altcoins and cryptos as well. So be subscribed here, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up for now. Bitcoin needs to prove right now that we are back in a bull run. Otherwise, every rally will end up in a lower high, get rejected, and then continue the bear market, or start the bear market. So stay tuned, guys. We're gonna also update, of course, here the US dollar dominance that is also in a crucial resistance up here. We're gonna have a look into that in future videos. So stay tuned, be subscribed, guys. Thank you for watching, and we're gonna see us all in the next one. Bye for now.